Motorsports operation. He wound up in that. Whoa, we got trouble on the racetrack right in front of him.
As one truck spins, that's Bliss, who impacts the wall. Everybody tries to go inside, outside, all around, and we are under caution as Mike Bliss's truck impacts the wall coming through turn number 4, and yellow is on the speedway. Tell you, this racetrack has claimed some trucks here this week, from the practice runs on Thursday through Friday's John Nemechek accident. Here's what happened. He was running 5th at the time. Just came right around on him.
Way up high.
Like he might have got a little bit high in the corner. Truck got just a little bit loose with him, and he just tagged the wall. Just watching it go around there a while ago, he may have a little bit more rear downforce in that truck now. I don't believe he's really hurt a whole lot. The thing here, the speeds being this fast, maybe it might hurt the drag just a little bit.
So the caution on the speedway for the second time this afternoon. The first time was for, as a couple of trucks get together on the short chute. Caution is on the speedway here at lap number 27, and a tough ride for Jay Sauter as he rumples up that great looking truck. Jay Sauter, part of the famous racing Sauter family, of course, Jim Sauter being the patriarch. And it looked as though at quick glance at that.
On the bottom, gets into the rumble strip, drifts up high, catches Sauter. 2 go by on the bottom. Sauter's gone. He's in trouble now.
Definitely Jay Sauter was just a victim right there.
Missing him, the 17. You see Cedric go by? Just did miss him.
Really, you know, these
Trouble in turn 3.
As a couple of trucks get together on the short chute, caution is on the speedway here at lap number. Well, that's what it looked like from the Bill Sedgwick onboard camera, and there we look back from the Butch Miller truck as well. So 27 laps on the board, 27 laps for the leader, Mike Skinner. He has been the man to show the way all afternoon long. Glad you're with us. The season opener for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, live on
real tight,
going for
real
the lead.
tight.
Bodine, and they squeeze around Kenny Allen. Bodine is going around. Oh, and he puts Skinner into the wall. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It'll hand the lead to Resendiz, who will come through turn number 4 to the halfway yellow, with Hornaday running in second. You saw that one coming, guys.
Yep.
It just wasn't enough room, and you know they was smelling that halfway money, so they was going for all they had.
They had the Gatorade halfway challenge money on the line. Go 7.
And there it is. Bodine gets into the rumble strip. Bodine gets into Skinner. Skinner gets into the wall. And sayonara. And the body men are going to love it.
You know, I was just starting to think during the break that, okay, they're going to catch this lap traffic just about the time they're getting about 1 lap away from this halfway challenge money.
Oh, that is correct.
Only one being put out on the speedway by NASCAR for the 3/4 mark. The competition,
Walker Evans.
and Walker Evans too. It all happens at the same time now at lap number 121. The first lap of the window for opportunity. So 2 cautions and 1. The competition yellow brought out, and then Walker Evans, who has had himself problems. He spun in the wall at the other end of the racetrack back on lap number 50. And here's what happened this time.
Hello, wall. Oh.
Looked like it just broke loose with him on the exit of the corner. A lot of damage to Walker Evans' truck.
Happening to his truck.
And around he goes. But you know, Larry, he's got no deck on that thing at all, so his spoiler's really not getting much air at all, and just keeping the thing on the racetrack at all is kind of a miracle.
Exactly. It looked like the truck just got loose getting in the corner, but he has absolutely no rear. Pretty equal right there. Maybe Resendiz gets off the corner just a little better as the white flag comes out.
Chris Morgan shows him the white. Here we go. Final time around the 1.5 miles. Does Hornaday have anything left?
I think Sprague just bounced it off the wall.
And I think Resendiz is gone. Hornaday's going. Resendiz driving. Here goes Hornaday for the win. Hornaday makes the move around Resendiz and goes way up the banking off the wall. Resendiz has the lead again. Sprague will take second. Hornaday tried to make something happen. Here comes Barfield for third. Can he get there? And at the stripe, they touch. Resendiz and across the line. Dave Rezendes wins. Sprague comes home in second spot. What a finish. What a finish.
That is NASCAR Truck Series racing. Wow.
Man, oh man, what a finish. Dave Rezendes wins. Oh, I mean, these the folks in the grandstand are looking at each other. They're just incredulous at what they've just seen. We are pretty much the same up here. Hey, we almost called.
Move going into the corner. Looked like he just touched Rezendes. Rezendes is out sideways, and Sprague gets into him a little bit. Hornaday couldn't make it. He hits the wall. Wow.
Now you got Rezendes with Sprague in second. And now watch how they cross the line. There's Sprague. They touch as Rezendes blocks. They get together. And that's how she finishes, folks. Dave Rezendes in Victory Lane. And the Victory Lane proceeding, sponsored by Chevrolet. One Car Company is one. The series. He's challenging Bob Breback into 31 and around. Goes Keselowski. Others try to get around, and we are under caution.
How did that camera know to be there just then?
It's amazing how that happens. Caution on the speedway. A good bit of smoke also behind the Butch Gilliland truck. But there you see a fairly high-priced parking lot. And now another truck spins back into the corner. Butch Gilliland one more time. Obviously leaking. You can see behind the truck he is leaking fluid of all types. And we are under caution. I thought Keselowski might be able to save it there for a moment. That is he, the 29. Kessel actually gets into the rear, the left rear of the truck ahead of him. Nowhere else for anybody to go. Take a look at it again and give you a better view possibly. Again, here's Keselowski already gone. Look at John Nemechek, the 8 truck, goes outside and just saves it. That's Nemechek in the middle of your screen. And the other 4 guys get collected, and we are under caution. So the first yellow of the afternoon coming out officially at ladder work to the inside.
I think of David Smith. And just got caught up there. Keselowski gets sideways and then hang on. You see the 27 of Terry McCarthy pound the wall. That's the second time he's hit the wall this weekend. He hit it earlier in practice. Man, I'll tell you, there's a lot of storm going on here at Phoenix, on the racetrack and off. That's in the backstretch. Looks like a mini tornado going through here.
Yeah, and it's just erupted now, and the spin comes. That'll be Kenny Irwin Jr., who already ran here today and finished 6th in the USAC event, but we are under caution. Caution for the second time. It'll fly at lap number 38 for the race leader. We are live at Phoenix.
Kenny Irwin exploding at engine big time going into the third turn. Smoke coming everywhere, and round he goes, and out comes the caution flag. He's all right. He was out of the truck.
Exactly. He's going to the garage area to join a lengthening list of retirees. Spins his truck. Does not go into the wall, but he does bring out the yellow. Running in 19th spot, John Nemechek brings out the caution. It'll fly at lap number 48. It's not been a great weekend for the Nemechek family. His brother Joe Nemechek had problems expired. Yeah. Oh. Just about. I guess that's Rich Bickle who went by along with others, but Nemechek able to continue, but obviously some repairs to be done. Glenn Jarrett is on pit road bed, if you will, of the number 19 of Lance Norrick. Let's see again if we can get a view as to what happened out there in turn number 2.
Well, there's the coach in the 81, Jerry Glanville, going backwards. Norrick has already hit. There's the 12 of David Smith about to rear-end the back deck of his truck. And all 3 of them wound up in the pit area. All 3 are back on the racetrack.
And it is 1 to go now before we return to green. Glenn, how significant was the damage?
Well, the spotters are standing in turn 1. They've got a great view of turn 1. Whoa!
Oh, Corelli into the back of Bliss. They collect Rezendes. Everybody else spins. Jimmy Hensley there in the 30. The 83, Steve Portengay. And we are under caution for the 6th time at lap number 93.
All right.
They will be coming to halfway. Boy, you saw that with a gentle touch to the back of the truck, and around they went.
Bliss's truck is wrecked.
Nobody took me out.
Rally the 6 into the back of Bliss.
You also heard somebody say the oil pressure light came on. She froze up.
Signing off. 10-4.
And that's Barry Dodson saying 10-4 after his driver said, I'm signing off. We'll start.
Corelli in the 6th.
Yeah.
Just got into the back end of the number 2 truck, Mike Bliss. Resendez, no place to go. Drills Mike Bliss. And there's Jimmy Hensley in the 30 truck.
Portengay 83 collects Sedgwick the 17. That's where Sedgwick got it. Here it is again.
Racetrack is full. There's no place to go.
Resendez thought he had the outside cleared, and you see Bliss just went up the banking, what limited banking there is. Nothing either man could do. Now, let's ride with Mike Bliss and listen to what this accident sounded like to him. My goodness. Now, problems here on the main straightaway. And caution for the 8th time this afternoon. Doug Thorpe Jr. brings out the yellow.
He backed into that wall really hard coming off the 4th corner.
Doug Thorpe, we told you earlier, that's the team operation. His nobody's around him.
Hard hit. Look at the back. He broke the wall. The wall cracked. He hit it so hard.
We've got about 3 or 4 trucks this week.
Lynn running the truck.
Trouble here on the main straightaway as David Smith spins across the start-finish line. David Smith, he was running in 17th spot. He was involved in the caution earlier this afternoon, and we are under the yellow for the 9th time. Picked up by Rick Hendrick Motorsports after beginning last year literally on a shoestring budget, and there are problems in the corner. That's the Doug George truck.
Right hard. You're clear. Keep it up.
He and Steve Portengay get out of the way.
No caution.
No caution. We remain under green. Here comes Sprague to the finish line. And another first-time winner on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Jack Sprague taking the top honors. What a great job for that team.
Gets his nose out. He gave it a good shot. Goes all the way around. Tries to pick it up. No caution as yet. No caution as yet. They get it going. Keep it under green. Wild racing going into number 3. You almost are forced to take a double cut to get in there. He thought he had his bumper in it. He could carry the whole truck through. It didn't work for Bickle, so now he's got some going to do. Check on his positions. He heads down the backstretch, tries to move under Homestead winner Resendez. He's back in 11th spot, spinning again. Second time around for Bickle. Caution out this time. And the same place on the racetrack, Ken. Identical. Yep. Went in, just tapped the brakes going in there, and this time collects a few, or they got on the binders. Don't think there's much damage. Perhaps the 73 may have taken a hit out there indeed. Dan Ober's car looks like it got some sheet metal damage in the back. Needle moving away.
Ricky Johnson was in that. So was Joe Rutman in the number 80 truck. 75, Bobby Gill's truck was in it.
But the Cummings Engine Company Dodge twice does a big Gilhooly down here in turn number 3 in this half mile and brings out the first caution of the day.
And around she goes. Bickle trying to get Barfield on the bottom.
Now take a look at the second spin. And remember, this guy has some 225 short track wins over the past 19 years. He knows how to get around these things. Gets trapped there on Resendez. And around he goes the second time, and this one brings out the caution as he comes up into the high groove. And they have to get on the binders.
Doug George
bring out the flag.
Yeah, Doug George just managed to get through there.
We'll take a quick break and be back once again. We've got 3 around, and into the wall goes Breback backwards. Bobby Breback's Ford. Lance Norwick, the Oklahoma City racers, come to a halt in the center of the track. The black and yellow machine, and down at the bottom, that's Danny Obrist and his Chevrolet number 73.
He's a former track champion here. Obrist is. Norwick's truck still sitting there.
Give this 27-year-old Lance Norwick a lot of credit. He's been racing in the Formula Ford 2000 series, the champion there, 27 years old. Lance Norrick getting around in the 19 and the 73 just in front of him. Somebody, ooh.
Heard that one, didn't you?
That one snapped a little, huh?
Yeah.
Half-mile action. Looked like Dan Obrist was the first round. Let's go down to the 7 truck for Zendes unit.
Crew Chief Danny Dias is here. Just talking to Dave. What seems to be the major?
There's Corelli in the 6 truck.
Oh, we got a spinner. Got that
73 of Dan Obrist. He was involved in a jingle a little bit earlier that happened in front of him.
First caution, second half. Obrist around.
Get another shot at this.
Here's what
He
happened.
was clear on the bottom. He sure was not.
Right there was Bobby Gill. Made the difference on that one. Or that was Mike Chase. Mike Chase was there in the bottom. Obert's gone around, and so is Bobby Gill. Yep. Caution is out. One's out burying, the other one's on the inside. Number 11, Hurlbut.
I checked, Ken. There's no berries out there.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, they don't come until later in the year.
Yeah, then you have to watch out for bears up here, too.
Yeah.
That's the 6 yellow of the day.
Whoa. Look at this. This is on the left front corner of Hornaday's truck. Anything with him right now. Wow. That was a neat lap, wasn't it? Up, down, up, down. Got around that lap truck so beautifully.
White flag coming up. Hornaday, 9th here a year ago. Looking for the gold, looking for the glory at Portland, Oregon. Mike Bliss going to have a great finish. Falls back truck length. Hornaday has led 161 of 200 if he holds it through here. He can take the point lead if he can bring it across. Here he is out of 4. Ron Hornaday's won it. Look at this battle line. Sedgwick making a move on the inside of Skinner. Not enough. Sedgwick in the 17 will wind up in 4th. Hornaday wins. He takes the point lead. For the state of Washington by 8 points. He leads 161.
We're back at lap 71, just under caution after Bobby Gill, just in front of the leader, loops it and taps the wall. Actually socked it pretty good up in turn number 3. Second caution of the day is extended at lap number 71, and there you see the crushed back end of number 75, the Chevy of Bobby Gill.
Yeah, they were torn up again last week at Portland, so that's 2 weeks in a row. Get a look at it here, right in front of the leader. That's your leader, Bliss, in the blue and white truck. And oh yeah, it looks like Gill got together with Sedgwick. Gill goes around backwards right in front of Bliss. He just gets through there.
Qualified in 19th today, and
that's a pretty hard hit. Larry, that's going to change the angle of the rear end of that truck, isn't it? Make it hard to run.
Saw Ernie Cope opened his shop up to these guys and let them come over the truck.
Miller's around.
Miller.
All the way to the outside to get out of the way, get out of that race line. Butch Miller in the 98, loops it. Miller running in 13th. Caution is out as we get to lap number 93. Caution on the track for Butch Miller, the great ASA.
And there he goes. Just too much traffic. See you later.
Too much traffic and some wore out tires. That's about what you can account that for.
Good point, Larry. The worn out tires count for a whole lot.
At the end of 200 laps, folks, it's going to get wild here today. Skinner passed Butler for 3rd. Just moments before that yellow. We'll take a quick break and then be back. 93 complete, coming to halfway.
Instead, there he is, about in the middle of the track. Looked as if he got a little tap at the back end, potentially, and whether he did or whether he didn't, John Nemechek certainly goes round and round.
Doug George taking some good evasive action in the 21 to the inside. Lead lap. Green is back on and we're racing at Evergreen, Monroe, Washington, 0.6 of a mile track. And the NASCAR Craftsman trucks underway. We've got one in the wall right here by the start line as they came across. They're going to throw the yellow for number 72. Kevin Harvick has slammed the wall just as he came down to the stripe. Caution out as they come out of the corner, and rookie of the year got lifted.
Yeah, he just came right out of the pack. That is Walker Evans that was behind him. Hard to blame somebody in a deal like that. You never know if somebody was pushing.
Showtime. Who's got the most now? Hornaday goes into 2. Fights it to the bottom. Back straightaway. Final time, turn 3. Mike Bliss in front. Hornaday trying to mount one more charge. Bliss pulling away. Nothing left in those tires. The air is showing through, but coming through. Great ride on those good years. Dotson's guy is pulled it off.
Caution up in turn 4.
Lance Norrick facing the wrong direction. Lance is the son of the mayor of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I understand Dad's here to watch today. He bent the back of it up a little bit. The Mecklenburg Duncan Dodge. Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
Well, there you see him going on the outside of Bob Revac, and I don't know if there was contact between he and the 75 truck, Bobby Gill, or not. Evidently the truck didn't start because he's still sitting there.
Lance raced the Formula 2000 series on occasion last year. A whole lot different kind of vehicle. We'll take a break for this second yellow of the day and come back with more from 2.
Just be out when you get there.
Oh, we've got 2 cars, 2 trucks.
Lance Norrick ends up turned around for the second time. Keselowski also got involved in that. That time Norrick backed her into the wall pretty hard. Unless that was We're back. We've got a truck in trouble. Number 21, Doug George, has spun and crashed. And if you're paying close attention, you'll see number 3 ahead of number 43. What's different about this picture? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they picked the commercial break to make the move in traffic. We have...
There we see Bliss and making the contact. He goes up and smacks the wall.
Now, thinking back, we think, well, now Bliss has an onboard camera. We can probably get a pretty good look at this. That's looking out the back as he makes the contact.
Oh, and Bliss goes around. And Repter goes around.
That's going to bring out, I believe, the 9th yellow of the day. We're approaching last year's equal cousin. This time it's Bliss.
Running. Okay, no starter. What a day. Let it go down the bank here just a second. Turn it left.
Barry Dodson, the crew chief, able to get it to roll down and refire. Here you see the evasive move from Refner, who also spun around, kept on going. But Bliss was not able to roll it down the hill and get a restart. It had to get a push. We got a ton of replays.
Man, looks like, oh, there was the 80. Joe Rutman touched the back of Refner's. Why I think Ryan Refner spun the 800 collect forward.
Funny how every time you look at those, the outcome is the same. Yes. Can't go back and change history. Tough day down at Tucson.
Oh, and Cliff spins. Yeah.
He spun himself out. Caution is out.
Nobody to blame for that but himself. Press slaps her in reverse to get it spun around and try to minimize the damage here under the yellow flag. Just pushing it hard on the bottom. Not as much banking down there. And he looped it.
And John Nemechek was done on the infield. He drove away from the infield. I don't know if he spun out as well.
But I'll tell you what, Nemechek's got as much screen time today as anybody out there. He's been in the thick of the lead battle all day. Here's Press trying to make the move on the bottom.
Goes down in turn 1. He goes in. He tries to turn under Hornaday. It won't take it around. He goes, tries. He's got the wheels turned to the right about 45 degrees, and Hensley is able to barely get by.
See if he caught Hornaday's left rear a little bit here.
He tries to turn away from Hornaday because his truck was going up in the left rear of Hornaday. He tried to turn it away from Ron, and when he did, around went his vehicle.
You're on that traction limit, and you do something fancy with the steering wheel. All of a sudden, you find yourself facing the wrong way. So Press, guess what?
Well, there's Joe Rutman on the Jack Roush truck. He finally gets going down. The caution flag is out.
That happened right in front of the battle that we were watching. Doesn't look like he hit anything. That damage on the left rear was already there.
Oh, it was?
So, for Rutman, Maybe he's trying to set the record here. That's the 11th caution. 12 is the record, not only for this racetrack, but for the series. And that is the 11th of the day. So Ruttman will go to the tail end of the line for the single file restart as we are now inside the window.
And once again, Hornaday dives to the inside. It's not going to work. He quickly closes that hole so Hensley won't be able to get by.
Exactly. There's a position and risk there as Hornaday goes to the bottom. Skinner will win his career truck victory. Just the congratulations to the crew. Hornaday
Thank you, guys.
hold off Jimmy Hensley.
Thank you.
Congratulations from Hornaday. The wave to Skinner. Now everybody will pull up alongside, give him the high sign.
Whoa. Truck number 78.
Yeah, going around Mike Chase. Mike Chase loops it. He's back underway. Slowly gathering it back up. First caution of the day. And we're showing lap 46 as it comes out. First caution of the afternoon at lap 40. He's running a fifth. Now take a look at this scramble. There you see Joe Ruttman in the 80. And he's having a fair day in 11th. Portengay is right there. And Sedgwick on the inside. Sedgwick bangs into him and gets him sideways. Loops him around. I think that could bring out a caution.
Caution is flying.
Whoa, you can see that one coming. They were pressing for position there. And looping is the 83. Portengay getting all the way around. Second caution of the day comes at lap 65. They're just back under green of the track. That's what happened. Sedgwick's truck, giving you those pictures. He got lifted out of the groove and away he went. Now we're back under green. Here's the situation. Portengay in the 83, the coffee critic. Going to have coffee nerves out there after that spin. Going the lap down to the second place car here in 4.
Okay, that's the green and white truck number 24 of Jack Sprague. Looked like he got tapped just a little bit as he was attempting to lap Jerry Robertson on the outside. Now, Robertson was not the truck that hit him.
Mike Bliss.
Yes, it was the truck that was coming up.
Miller, Sedgwick.
Trouble over in turn 2. Portengay has spun. And I think the 65 truck of Ken Allen was involved as well.
And there's some debris and maybe just some tire rubber left down there by Portengay. Second time today.
Left rear tire, he'll need to stay up there too. I mean, stay down low and he stay up there.
Mike Joy.
Well, Ken, Dan Press had a great run going for the last 10 laps, though his number 53 has had a right rear tire rubbing, and that has affected the handling on his truck. Now, on Mike Skinner, in that last run of green flag racing, several lap trucks got past him, but that was not of consequence. Skinner was not choosing.
Oh, we've got one spinning. That's the number 5 of Jerry Robertson.
And caution is out. This will tighten them back up.
218 of 250 complete. 11 cars, trucks. Call it 12 in the lead lap. We'll be back in a moment.
No, he's got a fender knocked in against the tire.
Oh, we got a spinner down in the corner.
T.J. Clark.
All the way around. Everybody's missing him. Let's see if they're going to put out yellow. He's back underway. White flag is out. They're going to keep going. This is it. Down for the finish, the 75, Bobby Gill, all torn up. Here comes 3, Mike Skinner down the backstretch. Final lap. He's going to make it 2 in a row. He's got them covered. Mike Skinner in the number 3 has done it again. Hornaday's point lead is cut to 33 points over Sprague. Mike Skinner with a great finish and a great run all day. Just mowed him down. 10th career win for Mike Skinner. Comes at Colorado National here in the greater Denver area. Mike Joy awaiting Mike Skinner
at the halfway point, because that's about the time.
Brian Ruffner is off the course. Brian Ruffner in the 1-800 Collect truck. And with that blind corner, he's going to try and hope for a clear spot to turn around. There are 2 spotters for each team, running in 14th at the time of.
Okay, you know what it acts like happened right there?
Wheel hop.
He got it in the wheel hopping. He was downshifting hard on the brakes going in that left-hander, and the rear wheels got to hopping and jumping, and normally it'll cause you to spin out right there.
And there's John Nemechek John Nemechek, who has had no problem here this weekend, just acclimating himself to road course racing. And there's going to be a full course caution now. There's a good bit of debris that has gotten kicked up onto the track. We just saw Fishing. He had problems. And oh, Rich Bickle spins now. He gets just about hit there by Kenny Wallace. There goes Walker Evans. He'll spin his 20 truck. And it all happens, and caution is on the course. 12th place, Rich Bickle, the first truck to spin. Lap 60 up on the Rich Bickle, the Cummins Dodge. Round he goes. Darrell Waltrip goes one way to avoid. Good thing Kenny Wallace had good brakes.
Almost looked like he might have got a little bit of help from Bill Sedgwick there, and the other trucks just had to take evasive action. And Kenny Wallace actually went up there and just stopped, just barely touched him.
Walker Evans also did a good job. Colorado, he wins in Kansas. 3 in a row for Mike Skinner. And the GM Goodwrench entry, 3rd consecutive win, and their 6th consecutive top 5. That is impressive. You know, Dale Earnhardt, who obviously drives for Richard Childress in NASCAR Winston Cup racing, has now, 7 consecutive top 5 finishes, if memory serves correctly. So that whole organization is on a roll, leading 70 of the 77 laps today.
Don't want to take nothing away from any of those two races.
Rudman, well, we got a crash.
Round goes the 11 of Mike Hurlburt, and who else is going to get involved before this is over?
Steve Mendenhall, that's him sitting backwards up against the inside wall, the 32 truck. Tough break for Steve.
15 laps in, we catch the first caution. How about Hurlburt? Comes all the way from the Pacific Northwest, blew up the transporter, now he's wrecked the truck. He does not have fond memories of Bristol. First caution of the night.
We can see Hurlburt, he gets tagged. Someone gets sideways coming off the corner of the white truck. That might be Gary Lloyd. Well, I don't say because I don't know. But anyway, the truck gets sideways, comes off and tags Hurlburt and sends him into a spin.
And then the traffic jam behind him as everybody tried to avoid.
That was not Gary Lloyd either, because I saw him afterwards.
Look at Rutman as he came charging up the inside, saw it developing, went down to the apron on the 80 and managed to avoid all the tangle.
Might have been Randy Renfro that we saw. A white truck anyway. It doesn't matter. There's the results.
Hurlburt's truck in action for the second time tonight, came on lap 42, and here's why. Randy Renfro's inauguration in the truck racing business comes to a bad end.
Looks like he had a left front tire go flat, and when it did, he just simply tore the left front fender off the car. And we see the sponsor on that truck, the North Carolina Sweet Potatoes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Parsons is in line for some sweet potato pie. And no, motorcycle fans, it's not that Randy Renfro. They're both from the same neck of the woods, but this is Randy Renfro, the short track car racer from up in Virginia. Won something like 180 short.
Just goes up the hill, and Renfro said, whoa, where's the brake pedal? But he loses 3 spots. There goes Miller, Rutman, and Sprague by. And also Resendez. And I guess that's Mike Chase.
He's pretty happy, though. He's still got the truck in one piece. Refner came out of that a lot better than he might have. This is Keselowski slowing down. But Dodge has a problem.
Yes, he was up 3 and 4. Very, very slow. And there's 10th directly in front of him. Oh, and Nemechek goes up and hits the wall. And he's trying to get off the racetrack. The right front is flat, and he's having all kinds of trouble.
Looks like he might have it saved for a moment, but boy, when you hit that 36-degree banking, things happen in a hurry.
There we go. If he smacks the wall is exactly what caused him to have his problems. He tries to get down the bottom with the right front. It's just so badly damaged, there's no way it's going to turn, and he goes up and smacks the wall again.
It's pretty hard to steer it after that first impact. Here's a look from Speedy. Wham!
Wham! He did nail that wall. And we see some pretty heavy damage to the right front.
Marty Reed.
So, guys, what I think may be the problem.
Oh, and there's a little bit of a bump on Sprague from, looks like Kenny Allen. Around he goes. And Resendez goes. Oh, now the Brian Refner gets some damage.
Got into it.
And look who's back on the racetrack. Jimmy Hensley. And Mike Bliss is in the
Bliss
crash.
is involved. Boy, we tore up a bunch of them, and now the Sprague's thing momentary flames as he gets back underway. Raffner also gets rolling. They have all been blocked the backstretch over there. There's Bliss. He gets back underway. Third caution of the night, and this one took out some big guns, or at least damaged some big guns.
Chris Morgan is saying, good God, slow. Oh, man, look at that. Harry Gant, Mike Chase, Joe Gator. I didn't see all those trucks. When did this happen?
How did this all happen? We'll take a look. It started with, as they came off turn 2.
Just a little bit of a bump from Kenny Allen. Around goes Sprague. Now then, the smoke is so much as he nails the gas. And there we see Joe Gator in the 71 car spinning sideways. Down comes the 44 car. I guess the Mike Chase car. And wow, look at Brevac come slamming in there. That was a 31 truck, Bob Brevac. And he's just trying to start the truck. That's no cause for alarm there.
And then in the midst of all that, Gant had no place to go and ran into the back of the 2 trucks that were stopped up against the outside wall.
Watch this.
Watch Resendiz go through here. Excuse me?
Folks, you see what they see? That's about exactly what they see. Nothing in all that smoke. Bobby Gill just drives through the middle of it.
So Bliss's tough night continues. Marty is there. Crash that brought out a 3-minute and 15-second red flag for cleanup. Sprague, Ruffner, Bliss, Sedgwick, Gant, Chase, and Brevac with various degrees of damage. Bickle both got bodies.
Oh, we got a crash down in 1. See the 75 truck of Bobby Gill and the 98 of Butch Miller that went around, and the caution flag have gone around, and the caution flag is out.
So we will stop the festivities for the moment.
The 75 truck of Bobby Gill, the 42 truck of Jay Sauter got under him coming off turn 4, took the spot away. Butch Miller tried his best to follow Jay Sauter down in turn 1. The 75 of the 98 and 75 made contact, and both trucks spun it. Oh, that was, and Michael Dockett heavy into the wall, the inside wall, and sitting right in front of all the oncoming traffic, and the 20 looked like that Walker Evans had made contact. Maybe Ron Hornaday made some contact. Someone made some contact with the outside of Walker. Oh, Dockin makes contact with Hornaday, and Dockin goes down in the inside retaining wall. That was not Hornaday on the outside wall. I thought that's what started, but that did not.
Hurts to listen to it,
There really truly was 2 wrecks there. There was this wreck and the other wreck. That looked like Walker Evans that brushed the wall on the speed shot we saw. And meanwhile, here comes a wreck. Right into turn 1, and the truck is that on the
side? Now sliding down, and I can't get a number on it yet. It stopped that way.
It's Mike Bliss.
Now that is the weirdest on-truck camera shot of the series thus far. That's what it looks like when you end up looking
Mike
like
Bliss is climbing out.
This is even weirder.
T.J. Clark has somebody's wheel on the left rear of Bliss's. That's the right front. The right front of Mike Bliss's truck is gone.
Look at this. He's already up.
We see there he is. We're going to have a red flag condition because we've got some fence damage down just past the start finish line where Bliss was up in the fence and has knocked the catch fence down. So we're going to have to stop and fix that little baby.
That'll be our second red flag of the night. Let's see again what Speedy has to say about it. Watch for Bliss's colors. There he went, riding right up over the camera.
Yep. Bobby Gill was on the inside of him, looked like when they went by. There's the fence that I was talking about. We see all the damage.
Dinged it pretty good.
And there's a speaker that
How's that for a ride?
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Man.
Speedy's microphone doesn't work anymore because this is where we started.
Oh, and Bickle spun her around.
And down it smacks the inside wall hard.
Say good night, Rich.
Man.
that changes the complexion. Suddenly, Corelli with a big lead. There is your second place truck. As Resendes, and we go to yellow.
We saw Bickle try to turn under him, get loose. This time, more than loose, all the way around, backs in the fence, hard with the right front and rear.
Rich Bickle, victim of a late race crash.
Right front's kind of wobbling a little bit.
Benner up big time.
Yes, he did. Got a great run going in that Dodge.
One after another, the potential winners of this race have hit traffic, it appears, as they turn for the finish line. Again, Resendes gets to the bottom, but Corelli, taking that wider arc in, is able to square it off and cover the groove. Lap and a half.
White flag this time by. They go by Butch Miller's slow vehicle. Here comes Resendes. White flag. One more lap.
Well, what's he going to do? Go up there and run into the back of him and try to knock him out of the way on the last lap? Resendes. There, Corelli leads it into the final two turns. Rick Corelli trying to win his first ever race. Resendes beating on him. Corelli holds his own. Corelli will win it as Resendes settles for second, Sauter third, Skinner for fourth, and Sprague for fifth. Well, he tried it, didn't he?
He did try it. Congratulations goes out to Rick Corelli. Great victory.
And that entire chest round racing operation out of Colorado, that will be a big celebration, a big party. 27 times he's
who's collected the wall. This guy has been the most consistent of all of the Dodge drivers, the Oklahoma City campaigner. Been around, run more laps, but he backed that one in big time.
Yeah, you said it all right there. You can see the left rear quarter panel on that truck mashed all the way up to the rear tire there. What happens on a flat racetrack is it don't go round and round. It just turns around and backs right into the wall.
Point watch here, number 81, that black rig. Whoa.
He was a little high, buddy, coming off of that turn. Maybe did he get a little tap from the other truck? It's hard to tell as he came off the turn, but anyway,
you can be sure the coach will say he did.
Yeah, of course. Right it down, they lost a lap.
One lap, and they're going to turn them loose. Peeled off the end of that wall.
Really did he get tapped?
I think he did that time. Really, they were really jammed up going into the turn, and I think he got a little bit of help.
Yeah, I'd say Walker Evans give him a little assistance going in there.
Walker's another old timer.
Keselowski's in the pits.
So 100 complete. Here come the leaders. Here comes Cragen right in front.
Okay, this could have went either way here. You see Skinner there on the inside, Sprague on the outside. The lap over truck decided to take the high line. Sprague got into the back of him, turns him around. Sprague was very, very lucky. He wasn't collected in that wreck.
So was Skinner.
Both of them very fortunate there, but there were a few others behind them that were not quite as fortunate. A couple other trucks spun. No major damage to any others, but
the way he turns
it on the backstretch, gets tagged by Jay Sauter, I believe.
Big mess there. Jay Sauter really got collected. Happened right behind the telesign. See the dust rolling up. Caution out. 11th time.
Brian Ruffner just got up in the loose stuff on the outside there. He picked up the throttle to try to get off the corner, and around the truck went. Jay Sauter had absolutely nowhere to go.
Boy, I'll tell you, that is a toughie for Wisconsin fans.
There goes Ruffner around. You can see just absolutely nowhere for Jay Sauter to go. Resendes goes around also.
Yeah, he spins around.
Look at this again.
Rick Corelli gets through. Bill Sedgwick in truck number 17 gets through. We talked about how wide this racetrack is. It gets pretty narrow when trucks start spinning in front of you. There's Brian Ruffner out of the truck. Thank goodness. Leading rookie contender this year in the series.
Serious trouble. That's when he got back in the throttle. He thought he had the truck saved. Boom. You can see when he got hit the second time. Oh, my. This is when I'm really proud to be up here with you, Ken.
Well, there you see. There he is behind the wall. And the 1-800 collect truck. We got one car in the wall. Another truck has crashed in the wall up here at turn 4. And that looks like Doug George. Roland Wolotica has started work on that truck and has been doing pretty well till right then. And the 21 of Doug George running in 11th. This is
Rutman on the outside. He's in the white truck. Jerry Glanville down on the inside, buddy.
Ned, he just gets a couple of inches out too wide there, and you see Rutman's in big trouble there. You can see the dust flying off on under the tires there as he starts out. Watch the front end get into the wall here. Right there, he's just a rider.
You could see those wheels turned one way, then the others. He tried to correct, dirt track it, and pick it up. But instead, that right front wheel twisted nearly off after he hammered the wall in turn 2. Joe Rutman out of Upland, California. Truck on pit road. Now the entire field coming in. This final fuel stop. Here's Mike.
Ken, Joe Rutman's truck, the right front suspension was all askew as they pulled the wheel off. They're going to replace pieces on that. Let's see what the three...
It's going to be tough driving without brakes on this racetrack. And there's one into the wall.
Hard hit.
Was that Skinner?
That's Skinner. I think it's Skinner. It is Skinner, and he's flattened out the side. He's all the way back to Gill. Here's Gill trying to get around Skinner.
He's going to have to come in, I'm sure, Vac. He got out in a loose stuff, and you know the end results. Time after time, we've seen this today. Hard into the wall. That had to mess up the front end.
Oh, it had to. It can't drive as good as it did before. You saw Jack Sprague come right on around, take the lead. Skinner was leading the race up to that point.
So Sprague has himself first place, and he's drawn away. But the bigger story of the things the third, however, Sprague has him covered. Not much question about this one. Jack Sprague is going for 2 in a row.
And Hornaday got caught up on the outside of Jerry Glanville in turn 2. Lost about 20 truck lengths to the second place truck. In fact, Jimmy Hensley is catching him.
That's got to be horrible to make one little move like that and get in trouble.
So across the line, checkers ready to fall on Jack Sprague, his 3rd win of the season. Sedgwick is going to come across in 2nd. Hornaday is going to get 3rd, and Jimmy Hensley will have to settle for 4th. Mike Bliss will wind up in 5th spot with Skinner in 6th, Resendez in 7th.
Go in qualifying. He'd already turned in 1 good lap. 2nd lap, he turns it into turn 1. Turns it right into hello walls.
With only 12 degrees banking, you can see he didn't scrub off much speed before the wall got him.
One of the drivers said it's a lot like going. Johnny Chapman's 0-2 running very slowly up on the Louisville, and we got in about a lap, and then Charlie Reagan spun the number 92 up in turn 3 or 4 or turn 5 if you will, buddy. Anyway, he's getting that one righted. Incidentally, the 0-2 Chapman, Johnny Chapman, in his debut wasn't going to get him a curtain call. Here's Chapman, the 1991 Goodies Dash. Jamming the wall down here, going into turn number 1. 2 others are gathered up. Keselowski running in 5th position, wallops the wall in the first turn.
Number 15 is involved. Mark Gibson. He just spun a few laps ago.
What a bad break for the Winnebago team. They have had nothing.
And they got together coming into the turn, and it doesn't take much, just a little bit of a tap. So around goes the 92. The 15 truck coming up behind there, he also was being lapped, and so he got caught up in it as a result of being up on the outside group. Here's the tail end of the accident.
100-mile-an-hour hit. You get your fastest part of this course.
Go by, and he's doing just that.
We got a car in the wall. Legacy is in the wall up in 2. No caution coming out. He's trying to get it fired. He is trying to get it rolling. Still, though, now the yellow's coming out. So
Felt from anyone and right across the racetrack with no bank here. It's only 12 degrees. You're across the racetrack in a matter of a second and right into the wall.
Here's another view of it. You'll see him come in. He's already spinning, and in a cloud of dust, or a cloud of smoke, I should say. That's tire smoke.
See Lonnie Cox there in the 36 lighting him up. He spun around just to avoid the accident.
And he got rear-ended, and you saw Butch Miller getting very lucky in the end.
Three trucks have gotten together over in turn 3. There's Kenny Allen,
Butch Miller,
Doug George in truck number 21.
Correction, Doug George. You are right.
Walker Evans' truck has a lot of damage to the nose section.
He's the white and blue truck on the left of your screen as we see Doug George in the yellow number 21 begin to pull away, but Kenny Allen in that black number 65, don't think he'll pull it away.
He's the one that slapped the wall in qualifying with Morin slap at that time. It slapped him hard, as you can see in the left front.
Hate to see that. You see the quarter panel on that truck, nothing on it. That means Kenny Allen.
Stop on the last caution. He got down on the inside of Doug George, tapped him a little bit, got him sideways. There's Bickle in the 43 truck. He gets on by. George spins on around, but here comes Kenny Allen and Walker Evans, nowhere to go, slams right into him.
Walker trying to mosey out of that one. Not enough desert there for him. Rich Bickle escaping that. Ooh, hard hit by Allen. Kenny Allen out of Shelby, North Carolina, had a 10th up at Milwaukee in his last outing. Going to be way back on the finishing order today. There's Walker Evans, number 20.
A lot of aluminum.
Yeah.
Fiberglass. Front end.
Looks like it might be a little cosmetic there, not much more.
All that metal work you see there that looked like awning work, that's to hold the radiator in place.
Got spun and hit. And I think that is Mike Colabucci's rig that's up there on the outside of him. Indeed it is. As they were going into lap 95, sparks flew, and again it was turn number 1 as we were giving you that summary involving the lead changes. We had 16 trucks remaining on the lead lap. Hard hit. Let's see if Bickle can get this one righted. He was really looking. His helmet's coming off. That doesn't look good.
Yeah, he's hit pretty hard. The left side of the truck is pretty well damaged. You can see the tailgate and all there kind of pushed up. The back's pushed in.
6th caution of the day after this crash in turn number 1. Bickle was 16.
He had made a pit stop earlier.
Lap, yeah.
And just had worked his way back up through the field pretty good.
There's Bickle going around. Watch him make this 360 wham right into the front.
And boy, the leader just got by. You see Mike Bliss come down on the inside there. Here's the tail end of it. As you see, Bickle backs right into the one truck. T.J. Clark, number 23, he gets by up on the outside. But then we're going to see the leader come by. Here's Mike Bliss coming by on the inside, just barely gets by.
Look at this from inside of Bickle's truck as he goes down into the corner. You see him lock the brakes up, around it goes. I imagine you'll see the front end jump right here.
That was a hit. Mike Colabucci making his first appearance out of Waldorf, Maryland. His truck ripped up.
And a lot of times you get a little low. Got trouble in the front straightaway.
Ooh, Walker Evans backing across the track, gets destroyed, and he takes out the 36 with him. That's Lonnie Cox, the kid from Colorado. What a bad break for Cox. A victim of circumstance and the moment.
Bob Brevak going off there in the 31 truck.
Truck in front, and Butch Miller tries to come down on the inside, but the spin had already happened in front of them.
T.J. Clark in the 23 there made contact with Walker Evans.
And look at Kimmel.
Now watch him go across. Boom.
The 00, that red and yellow truck of Kimmel. Did you see that move? Boy, he was thinking, and he had a great spotter on that one.
Got her down to the inside and kept from getting hit.
There he is. And that's going to, I don't think it's going to give him another position. Those trucks were all behind him, but it's going to keep him in this thing. In the middle of the track, down here in 4, there is Clark up on the outside, and everybody gets gathered. And there is, I don't think there's a caution coming out.
There is not a caution coming out.
Sprague was sideways, right in the middle of, and immediately the safety crews were there. But take a look at that number 41 breaking away, Randy Renfro. He's in the wall, and now watch what happens.
Joe Gaeta, number 11, comes down. Watch him turn around and hit him right in the front. Look at the fire erupt.
Must have broken a fuel line immediately.
Now watch Randy Renfro as he tries to evacuate here. He realizes that major trouble behind him, and I think he may have turned an ankle as he came out of the truck. picked himself up. He has gone to the ambulance after this incident. Number 11, Joe Gaeta, second vehicle involved, and they rolled it away while the fire crew went to work out there. Here's that second angle. Wow.
He ruptured the fuel tank when he backed it into the wall, and then when they made contact, he hit the wall again, and that threw up a lot of sparks and set it on fire there.
Here he is, both drivers coming out simultaneously, and you can see that Gaeta looks back inside and gets his car out of truck, out of gear, pushes it away from the fire.
But the 41 is not going to continue this race. Randy Renfro making one of his first efforts in truck racing, and it ends up here in lap number 134. Dick Berggren. Other complete, and we've got one spinning out of 4. All the way around goes the number 92. Tries to get it fired. He's up against the wall right here at the start-finish line. 360. Style points about a what? 8.7, 9.2. What do you think, guys?
It wasn't bad.
Tough break for the 92, Charlie Cragen. So
and he spins again. Apparently he has a tire down or something with Mike Bliss. He's got it going again and spun coming into turn 4 all by himself.
So he had worn him out.
Yeah, I think he either had a tire going down or he just totally had used them up.
Riding with Mike Bliss in the ASC rig.
He's still on the lead lap, but there are how many?
14.
14 trucks on the lead lap, so he's the last of those.
Yeah, he's back running on his own there. He doesn't.
Wow, he was almost all the way off the turn, and all of a sudden the back end just goes around on him.
Tires.
Evidently, but again, as Buddy says, he doesn't have a flat, and there he.
That's his other spin there.
Someone in the truck said that looks like wanted Portland. Had the pole at Topeka. Look at Hensley take a shot at Skinner. The 30 moving in on the number 3. Final lap to decide this one. And coming down and into the Craftsman Truck Series lead, as well as winning here today at Portland. You can give that one to Ron Hornaday of Palmdale, California. Earnhardt Racing scores a win. Big one. We have 13 trucks in the lead lap at the end of this one. Now watch us say cars or trucks.
Problems for Bob Brevac's truck as he apparently loses not an engine but maybe an oil line, and we have the first caution of the afternoon. Nemechek spun, as did the unsuspecting Rick Beebe. There you see Beebe, but caution on the speedway as the Ho-Chunk Casino entry for Bob Brevac.
Really don't have any control over the front end.
Oh, Michael Dockin.
Whoa, hard in the inside wall.
Michael Dockin, caution on the speedway. Lap number 80 is when it will fly upon the leaders, and caution for the 3rd time this afternoon. Dockin was running in 16th spot. He's disgusted. Look at him. You could just see him through the window net. Took his gloves off and just threw them down in disgust. Michael Dockin had a good run going. So caution on the speedway for the 3rd time this afternoon. In the garage area, Johnny Chapman, Kenny Allen, Mike Hurlburt has parked his truck, and now I've had some help, maybe Resendiz.
Looks like Resendiz might have got into the back there, turned him into the inside wall. That's a lot of damage there. You can see where it busted the radiator and the oil cooler where he hit the wall there. So a lot of damage off the nose.
Let's give you a rundown. Mike Bliss is the leader. Ron Hornaday is 2nd. Dave Resendiz 3rd. 3 is Skinner, and ahead of them, problems. Norick out of shape. John Nemechek hard on the binders. What a great piece of driving by the Bell South Mobility truck. Norick spun directly in front of Nemechek, and caution is on the speedway. And how John didn't tag him, I don't know. Heck of a job at lap 103. The caution will come out.
good bit of damage on Norick's truck. He'll have to come in and work on that boy a little bit, I think.
So the leading the wall in turn 4. Walker Evans. As Hornaday continues to lead, Walker Evans, the veteran off-road racer, gravitating off the road again.
In the middle there, you see him going in. He gets, I don't know whether he got touched or maybe got a little bit into the 6 truck of Corelli. You see him go around. Look at John Nemechek miss him there.
Riding now with Norick. And there's Nemechek, who just got on the binders, the 8 truck.
Don't you just hate to hear that metal when it goes...
Unbelievable. So we are working the caution. Joe Ruttman in the pits.
They drop back.
Trouble. A truck rolls. A truck rolls in the corner. Keselowski.
It's on fire underneath the left front wheel there, too.
Caution. Caution. Keselowski went up the banking, hit the wall, rolled, and that wall did its job, kept him in the ballpark. But Bob Keselowski from Rochester, Michigan, you see him getting out of the truck. Now the wall is broken. There you see where the truck hit.
Wow.
My goodness, that was a hit. Bob Keselowski. There he is, okay, no doubt shaken. He was to the outside of Sprague. Now, I'm not saying that Jack touched him, understand. But he was going to the outside of the Quaker State truck. And it was very, very difficult to tell from our pictures exactly what launched him into the wall.
Wow, I tell you, it just didn't take a second before he was in the wall. Never even had a chance to slow down any at all.
Well, you know, you're doing 106, what was the last lap here? 106 miles an hour for the leader on the last lap.
That tells you how hard he hit right there. That's something miles away here. Oh, wow.
Butke gets into the back of the race leader. Sprague gets squirrely to his inside. A hairy lap, but it is the victory lap for Mike Bliss. His second win of the year, third victory of the season for Ford. And you saw it here on TNN Motorsports. My goodness, could you have imagined if he had gone around?
In the third corner, it looks like he just gets in the corner on the outside high, loses the back end, but he's got some damage to the left front. I don't know how that happened, to be very truthful with you. And look at Corelli. He is very slow back there. I wonder what his problem is.
Corelli made a nice move to avoid contact.
Brake, that's what David Green, when he hit the wall a moment ago, broke the brake rotor.
Let's go to Marty.
Yeah, you're looking at what's left of that brake rotor, and we're with David Green. You said something let go in that right front. Yeah, everything was fine and got down.
He goes in the corner. He makes some contact with Corelli. Now we've got a caution flag.
Gibson comes on around. Skinner missed him. Everybody else got by, and now the yellow has waved. With 53 laps in the book, a little past the quarter mark. Big tangle of trucks, and Harry Gant is among those involved.
Is that Lonnie Cox in 36?
Oh, 36, yeah.
And there's 92 of Craig, and there's Rick Corelli.
Corelli also got involved in it. He hit hard. He beat the front up pretty badly here. Shortly after the restart.
There's Lonnie Cox's truck.
The DuPont Thompson BPE Chevrolet. Wedged up against the concrete here. The big tangle that started back in the pack amongst the lap trucks primarily. I don't know that any of the trucks on the lead lap got involved. Let's see if we can figure out how this all started as we quickly go under yellow just after the restart.
I can't see anything so far.
Done there.
No. Did I ever see that is that Harry Gant or Portingay?
I think that's Portingay. I believe I said Gant, but
I can't tell if it's Harry Gant or Steve Portingay. I think that's Harry Gant in the 33.
4 trucks involved, and here is just a little more than 20 laps from the end.
And I don't see any other trucks around, Dave Stacy, so Dave, you'll have to take credit for that on your own.
You don't know how fast you can go till you spin it. So he's in the final turn, a final tour of the 2/3 mile, Indianapolis Raceway Park Oval. The Cummins 200 is history. Mike Skinner down the backstretch. The fans on their feet as he enters turn 3 off turn 4 and will take the checkered flag. He has still led every single lap run in the trucks at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Hats off. That's just virtuoso stuff, Benny.
Yes, it is. Congratulations, Skinner. You know, why didn't he? I played golf with him Tuesday over at the Brickyard.
Spins his truck. Leaders just do sneak by to his outside, and we are under caution at lap number 9. Bobby Gerhardt, that is a truck that he has built himself in their shop in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. You may know the name of Gerhardt, an occasional Winston Cup and ARCA campaigner. And I said, is this brand new, this truck? He said, Eli, it is so brand new, it has been driven about 10 feet. He said, we drove it out of the garage onto the transporter before we brought it to the racetrack. Field now getting the 1 to go signal as we get set for the restart after that. And now problems. Oh, on the main straightaway, Bob Brevac came off the corner, took out a big old chunk of that styrofoam that we were telling you about earlier. Styrofoam not new to this racetrack. It was here last year, but for some of you who may not have followed the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series a season ago, that is a sight that you might not be used to seeing. And there's Bob Brevac's truck. But imagine the damage if that had gone directly into the wall and not been buffered at all by the styrofoam.
Well, that definitely takes a lot of the impact, Eli, and you can see the right rear corner of that truck is mashed in, but it could have been much worse. That steel wall would have really ripped the back of that truck out.
So Bob Brevac takes a piece of styrofoam with him towards the pit area. Lap 28, the second caution. Mike Skinner continues to lead. Well, the North Carolina sweet potato truck has smashed its load. Here's what happened to Randy Renfro, buddy.
Don't make me laugh. This is serious. You see him get in there, and boy, I tell you what, he tore up the truck pretty bad. But had that, we said this a while ago, you could tell he got in there with the right rear corner pretty hard. Watch it when it hits the styrofoam.
And he spins through.
Eli, that's minimal damage, though, at 100 miles an hour when you hit the wall. That really helped take a lot of the wreck there.
Not just something to file away for this portion.
Whoa, contact.
You got it. Here goes Miller, or at least Walker Evans, into the wall as well.
T.J. Clark in the this Dayglow in blue was very lucky. He went right through the middle of that wreck. No contact on his part.
And caution on the speedway for the 4th time. There's Walker Evans. He has that styrofoam, I guess, impaled in the front end of that Dodge truck of his.
A lot of damage to that truck also. You can see the front of that truck is mashed right down on the racetrack.
So the leader, Joe Ruttman, at the caution, the 4th of the afternoon. Now we'll take another look at exactly what happened. That was for second spot the battle was. Let's go back and look.
Well, Jimmy Hensley in the 30 Dodge, you can see him right under Skinner. They go down the straightaway. Skinner turns back in to protect his line. The 30 truck makes contact going in the corner, and that sets them both going, and it will chain reaction from there.
And there goes Walker Evans to the outside with T.J. Clark in the 23. We'll take another look and see again between Skinner and Hensley.
You see Hensley's up there, but not quite enough. He wasn't quite where Skinner could see that he was down under him there, and they made contact. Both these drivers are very clean race car drivers. It was just a racing incident.
That's a good point. That's one thing you got to say about those two fellas. Good, hard, but clean racers, and yeah, they'll chalk that one up to just racing. But Walker Evans' truck has a good bit of damage to it. We'll get an update from down there.
See Skinner there on the outside. Hensley gets all the way up to the middle part of the quarter panel on that truck, and boom. Look at T.J. Clark, how close he come to hitting Skinner.
And that styrofoam goes flying. But caution now wrapping up after the cleanup is complete. Mike Simons driving the Pace truck at lap number 101. Joe Ruttman gets the good quick jump.
He got a great jump, but Skinner's right on his tailgate as they go into turn 3 over there. You can see Skinner is back up to full song here. The tires are cooled down. I think he's got a very fast truck right at the very first, and then as he runs on, he gets a little bit loose.
Third place, Bliss, got caught up behind traffic. Still hasn't even gotten clear of T.J. Clark. So these front two pulling away by themselves, heading to the halfway point. Around goes Ruttman. Around goes Ruttman into the styrofoam, and caution is on the speedway for an incident in turn number 3. Caution for the 5th time.
Eli, we can watch that 15 times. We know the 3 truck got into Ruttman there getting in the corner, and it was just casual contact, but it did send him going.
So caution for the 5th time.
Ruttman comes down right there. You can see Skinner's got nowhere to go. The wall's right there on the left-hand side, so he had nowhere to go. The only thing he could have done was lock the brakes up, and he probably got collected from behind if he had. Uh-oh. You hear the crowd there responding to that move.
Joe Ruttman's crew chief, Randy Goss, will have a lot of trouble. Nathan Butke in that same spot out of turn number 4. And the young man from Randleman, North Carolina, brings out our 6th caution at lap number 110. He was in 14th position at the time of the accident in that Spears manufacturing truck.
Well, that got the front and the back of Nathan Butke's truck. You can see the back's all rolled up, and the right front corner is completely missing.
You know, it's funny, we talked earlier how all of the problems were in the first and second corner early today, and in the race, with the exception of Bobby Gerhardt's early spin, everything else been the other end of the racetrack. Let's see again, catch the tail end of the incident. He's already broken free there. It's like a snowstorm when you get into that styrofoam.
I would say that felt pretty good to have that cushion up there, though.
So the Spears truck with its problems, Mike Skinner continues to lead, but Hefner in 6th, going to the outside with Resendiz. Oh, and around goes Clark. T.J. Clark. No caution. As we continue. That was a scary ride. And you see the problems on TJ's truck. Now,
see Sedgwick on the inside. I know he's going to hit him on the left rear corner and turns him right around. Everybody was very lucky. You can see visibility was very minimal there.
So caution for the 7th time, and here comes T.J. Clark into the attention of the crew.
Trouble off turn 4.
Trouble in turn number 4. Caution for Charlie Cragen. And Charlie really using up the back of that truck. And we are under caution. Comes out for the 8th time, lap number 134. So Charlie Cragen. That identical spot again, too, buddy.
Yeah, he made a, what is that, an 1/8 of a ton now instead of a. That's not funny. I mean, anytime you back one into the wall.
Bam. There goes the back of Roger and Raymond Scanlon's truck that Charlie Cragen drives. This is only his 6th race of the year on the circuit. Finished 15th last weekend at Indianapolis. The Scanlons up in Edensburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, way out.
Oh, that's Bob Brevac into the styrofoam.
Hornaday had to check up. I guess the spotter told him there was trouble.
Caution flag is out, but caution only. Remember, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series does not wrap up a race under yellow. There will be a green, a white, and a checker. So as was the case here a year ago.
Good point.
That's Bob Brevac's truck out of Ashland, Wisconsin. Into the wall, bringing out this yellow, and the field gets the 1 to go. So we are 1 lap away from going to a green, then the next lap the white, then the checkered. It'll be the white flag when they get back to the line.
Here comes Hornaday on the outside again, trying to get Bickle for 3rd. Hornaday got moved way out. He's losing position after position there.
Now the white flag. This is the final lap.
See, Skinner's holding a good aggressive line going down through there. Mike Bliss is not closing in on him. Hornaday did lose about 3 spots, though.
Bickle will hold on to third behind the leaders. Mike Skinner wins. Bliss is second. Bickle third. Resendes fourth. Fifth is Sprague. Sixth place will be a pick.
The green is back in the air. Skinner this time leads the race to turn 1.
Wow. Yeah, I thought there was going to be, so that was Bliss.
Ernie,
I think it was Bliss and Ernie.
Haven't had any rain here for a long time. There's Bliss's onboard facing the wrong direction. The question is who went with him. It could have been Refner who was behind Bliss on the restart. Now Mike has restarted, and he'll have to run him down.
Oh, man. But at least these trucks are fast enough that they'll be able to maintain and stay in the lead lap until the halfway. But I saw a blue car driving to the blue truck driving to the inside down in turn 1 on the restart.
Take another look at what happened.
Now that's Ernie making contact with Bliss, and both of them go around. Ernie nails the gas and creates a lot of dust. And again, what a mystery it would be, though, if we hadn't seen that prior. Who would know who's in there?
The previous time, I think it was a truck that just got the wheels off in the dirt and kicked up the dust cloud. That time, the 2 trucks went into the dust cloud. Both have continued. Bliss and Ernie Irvin have seen their progress interrupted here. It's a replay of what happened earlier to Mike Bliss.
And Ernie Irvin, because all the red dust, you say, looks like a North Carolina red clay, is Ernie Irvin trying to get his truck there. And really, truly, on road racing, that's what happened to Butch. He just got the right sides too much on the rumble strip and threw the truck sideways. You saw the right sides come up. Too much weight on the left side, trying to turn, and around his truck went.
So for Butch Miller, it's a setback. He's had a couple caution flags for the traditional halfway break.
And Keselowski trying to stay in front of Hornaday, desperately trying to stay in front to save that 2.5 miles. Simply drove down in the corner about 10 miles an hour faster than the truck would make it. And off the grass he goes.
Once they made it halftime, it hasn't gotten a whole lot better. Hornaday.
Oh, some heavy damage on 05 truck.
That would be the turn 1 entrance, I believe, where they bust up the styrofoam there.
That's Monty Klein.
Yeah, that's Monty, and he's in there hard, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Monty Klein, the former motocross racer from down in Florida.
Gets it on the grass and cannot get it woed, and wow, it's pretty heavy contact.
Real good place for those styrofoam blocks.
Yes,
right
real good.
He's out okay. I was a little concerned when I didn't see that window net come down, but he's a newcomer to this. You don't have a window net on your motorcycle.
Oh, man, did it ever. Look that right rear tire hopping around, Marty. Oh, you can't see it, though, can you? I'm sorry, but Dave can see it.
Hey, I'm good down here, buddy, but I...
Go to a ride with Bickle at 150 mile an hour. Bickle said, man, there was a lot of work getting that truck ready, but it was worth it just to see the grin on Dale Green's face. Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Then Skinner took a shot.
That last turn 1, excellent place to make a pass, but he was not able to do it. Now he'll try to outbrake Nemechek in the inner loop.
Well, you got to wonder if he's being coached at this point or if they're just letting Skinner do the business. My guess is the crew is staying out of Skinner's ear. He knows what he wants to do.
He wants to get by is what he wants, but he just can't get that position. Nemechek is there.
And he's staying cool. Joe Nemechek off the inner loop for the final time. Into turn 10, the right-hander opens up about a 3-truck length interval from Skinner. Slides her off the corner. Hornaday heading for home.
And Rich Bickle, Joe Ruttman, several truck lengths behind him, so he just decided to take it easy at the last lap as here Hornaday comes.
Skinner had another look at him. There was nothing there in the race for second spot. Hornaday off the final turn, headed for home. His 9th career victory. He will retake the point lead in 4 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series road races. He's won 3 of them. There's the celebration from the Napa Chevy crew. And the Earnhardt clan will be happy about this one. It was the phone call to Dale that gave him the combination that enabled this truck so slow on Friday to...
I don't know many people. Oh, we have trouble on the back straightaway.
And 6, 7 trucks pile up and hard. The last 2 in. See on the right side, number 90, that's Lance Norrick. He was the last truck to pile in, couldn't get stopped. And the Charles Zahn in the number 50 pulling away here.
That's T.J. Clark in the 23 on the outside. The 15 there, Bobby Gill.
The 50 truck there. Oh, there's our front bumper cam. Lacey, you jinxed it.
I didn't jinx it.
Oh,
man.
50 R&J Motorsports machine. Now, yesterday, that R&J Motorsports truck on that taillight. Oh, it looked like 48 there.
You see Casey there on the bottom in the 48 truck. He just come on the very bottom part of the racetrack and got caught up in there.
There it starts. The 50 truck, Mark Day, gets around.
Yeah, he turns around. Now, what? You can see there's no visibility on the outside, so everybody dives to the inside of the racetrack. You see the truck come over, and everybody just kind of piles in on him on the inside.
Let's go to Randy.
There's a bunch of guys that can't seem to get a break in this series. Bobby Gill, you're one of them. Involved in that wreck, how did you see it from your standpoint?
The truck 50 in front.
One of those, like that Liberty Valance song, when two men go out to face each other, only one returned. And it wasn't Bill Sedgwick. Let's show you what happened here.
Well, you see Bickle, he starts in the corner there. Sedgwick's got the left side all the way down on the flat. He touches Bickle on and around. Now watch who wrecks, though. The guy on the inside. That's Sedgwick going around.
Yep. They had made contact the lap prior as Sedgwick was trying to get past. And then down in turn number 1.
Watch this, Mike, as he tries to right the truck. He gets back in the throttle. Watch this. Now this is frustration. Around he goes again.
Yep, tough break for Bill Sedgwick as he has brought out this caution, and he's lost a couple of laps in the process. You're riding with Brian Reffner, and you'll see what happens here as Reffner saw it.
Well, you see Bickle starting to take the inside line there. You see Sedgwick all the way below the yellow line. He washed right out and got into Bickle's left rear quarter there, and around goes Sedgwick.
Roy Kent joins us, president of Federated Auto Parts, Grand Marshal for this race. You folks sell sheet metal? Well, I think we got some customers out there if you do.
We sell some great parts, so with these guys are going to use some parts.
Randy Renfro can use some brake parts. It looks trouble in turn 2. Around goes Walker Evans. He was in close quarters racing with Bob Keselowski, and caution has come out. There is Evans, spun out down to the inside of the racetrack, and the front end on Keselowski's truck has really been rearranged.
Now Ruttman will be able to go all the way around. Keselowski get into him there just as Walker Evans spins. A lot of damage to the front.
Walker had already spun there. In the front straightaway, Steve Mendenhall has spun his Chevrolet number 32 and caught it into the inside retaining wall. Second career start in the series for Mendenhall.
We have trouble in turn 2.
Walker Evans, turn 2, has been his nemesis today. No caution yet. Now it flies. Yellow is out at lap 162. This may become, buddy, the second period intermission.
We will just have to see. I'm not sure.
It's right about in that window. Tried to keep it down off the wall. And nearly did.
If you're going to hit the wall, that's the way to hit it. Very, very easily. He didn't hit very hard at all.
All right, pit road is closed. We'll check with NASCAR, see if this will become the second period intermission.
Well, Harry will just let him go right on by, most likely. Oh, trouble.
Keselowski and Bobby Gill had come back into the race. Gill was in that first wreck of the day, and he's in another one. He and Bob Keselowski are tied up at turn 2. Bobby Gill out of Dalton, Georgia, 19th in the point standings in the Nashville Auto Auction Ford.
I was wrong and go up to the top part of the racetrack. Here comes Gill. Nowhere to go.
Innocent victim of a drive-by spinning.
Look at Corelli. He was very lucky to get by on the outside there.
Yes. And Gill's going to be real lucky if he didn't shove the radiator through the fan there, but I guess he didn't. Everything held up. They'll put a right front tire on Bobby Gill. Oh, yeah? Oh, no!
No, man.
I can't believe it.
Oh, Harry hit the outside wall also.
Big cloud of smoke, big caution flag. And looks like Harry's cut down a right front.
He's got a lot of damage to the right front corner. You can see it there.
What a shame.
Wow.
Well, Harry Gant. Ooh.
Well, you could see the 3 truck get sideways, and he did slip up in the Gant. He didn't drive straight up.
And the starter has the black flag in hand. Let's see what happens here. Here's another look at it.
Well, you see the back of Skinner's truck get sideways, and then the front washes out. Resendiz is right underneath there. Look how close he comes to the back of Gant.
And Harry Gant gets a new right front tire. We'll see how that truck handles. From Resendiz's truck. Yeah. Skinner tried to throw the truck to the bottom, lost the back end, and when he corrected with the front wheels and they got a bite, he was into Harry Gant. Mike Skinner has taken the black flag from the starter at Loudon, New Hampshire. Still selling tickets at Loudon, but it'll be a packed house. Don't do it! Oh, boy, in the fence. Hard goes Corelli. He and Bickle tried to fit into the same lane going into turn number 1, and both trucks pay the price. Corelli got a hard shot into the wall, and Bickle's truck won't move.
Boy, Bickle's truck is torn up both sides. Real tremendous amount of damage there. To turn down here, has no idea the 6 truck is there. Just a little contact and around they go.
And look at a shot to the wall Corelli took. And Bickle with the driver's door. Both trucks tried for the bottom groove, and they just would not fit there together. Here it is again. Yep.
You can see Corelli was hard on the brakes there. He had the wheels locked up, but they had made the contact. The damage was done.
Here's what Brian Repner saw.
You could hear the rear tires on Repner's truck chattering as he got on the brakes really hard getting in the corner there.
The one that Hornaday pulled at Louisville to win in the closing lap. 1 to go. Resendiz Ford versus Hornaday Chevy. Oh, Hornaday tried it, and the front end just slid right out from under him. As Sprague and Butch Miller get together for third, Resendiz now has a 3-truck lead. Hornaday closes in, diamonds the corner, but Dave Resendiz wins his 2nd race in 1996.
Hey, give me some oxygen and water, please. Oxygen and water.
Radar right now. We're going to spin on the front straightaway. Walker Evans is just about going to run through his own tire tracks here as he spun a truck down through here earlier today in practice when the steering failed and clobbered the retaining wall, and his 2 sets of spin tracks don't quite overlap any, but it's close.
It is very close, and I'm telling you, he hit that primary truck this morning awfully hard, and there we see still no days to hit a vehicle. And we see that one truck is backed into the fence. That's Hillenberg, and the caution flag is out.
He's crinkled the left front as Andy Hillenberg has gotten into the wall, bringing out the first caution of the night. It has been a very clean fast march shootout thus far, but Hillenberg is in the fence, and that will slow things here. We'll take a quick break and come back with more. We're live at Richmond International Raceway, and we'll...
Jack Ross's truck is saying, come on now, somebody pass somebody.
You guys get this figured out. Oh, and Bliss spun. Mike Bliss comes spinning down through the tri-oval in the midst of that battle with Hornaday, and heads back up the racetrack, and everybody gets by.
Now that could have been dangerous. That made me real nervous. Yeah. He's still got it running. He's trying his best. There we go.
I was wondering for a moment how much control he was exercising over the...
He just gets on the gas, and the back end simply goes around.
They didn't touch there, did they?
No, they
I think they had touch, but they didn't touch there.
And there he stops now. He started to go there because he felt like he was going slow enough that he could go on, but he was going too fast, and the truck spun around again.
And then the momentum carried him up into harm's way. Real-time look from Bliss's truck. Quieter when you wreck on the grass. The bad news is you get going faster when you hit that grass.
Jimmy Hensley and Rick Corelli. And we got a spin down in 1 and 2. Mike Bliss has backed around the fence.
Guess it needed 2 rounds of wedge, huh?
Yeah, caution flag is out. Caution is out.
Spunner in the rain. It's getting wet. Again, they do not race back to the yellow in the truck division.
And Bliss gets his truck going. Will not lose a lap, but he will go in for some in the corner, just a little bit too high, and it may be wet up there. And around he goes and backs around the fence.
There would be logic in that. The groove on the bottom, where most of the traffic's been running, would be a little drier. Bliss is up here in the wet stuff. And around he goes.
That's the sound you don't want to hear.
That's the sound of money for your owner.
Yep.
Let's get more from Marty on the track conditions here.
Well, good reason why Mike Bliss might have gone around. Take a look at my foot right here.
And now, we got trouble. We got one spinning. The number 8 of John Nemechek loops in traffic, and the yellow will come out for that.
And I can't believe that all those trucks missed Nemechek. Now, how on earth did they do that? Or did they?
Well, for
I guess they did.
Bunch of boys in pickup trucks, they drive them pretty effectively here in the NASCAR Craftsman Series. And Nemechek is quickly going to get the thing rolling and out of harm's way, which should enable us to go back quickly to green, because as you saw on the camera lens there, the sprinkle
job in the reverse truck there went. Oh, straight to the left front. In the wall he goes.
Boy, that was inevitable. Poor guy was stuck, no choice, and slams the wall, and that brings out the yellow. What do you do in a situation like that? Yeah. Obviously, they made the decision to stay out, try to ride it out, and there's the price.
Well, you pray for a caution flag. That's what you do, is simply pray for a caution flag that you can go in and knock the fender off the tire. Once again, we'll show you what caused this. Going in turn 3, that's he on the outside, Sprague, Hornaday on the inside, and they go in the corner. Hornaday slips, goes up the hill, and bang, they make contact. And that contact knocked the left front fender in on the left front tire.
There wasn't a lot of contact, but it was enough that Sprague's left front eventually blew and pitched him right into the wall. Pretty fair clout. Let's go to Marty.
Well, Jack could not make the turn into the pit, and he was forced to slide past. Look at him, he is just banging the steering wheel.
Quite the same down here that it does up north. Be careful, everybody. Truck, a lot different to the midget, in which he currently leads the championship standings for USAC, and indeed the Silver Crown car, in which he also leads the standings. The yellow is coming back out at Richmond, where Kenny Irwin, by the way, won the midget race and was second in the Silver Crown race. They came here earlier this year and put a heck of a show on, so he does have some previous experience on this racetrack, and he's doing a good job.
Yes, and I was talking to the owner. Trouble, Brian Ruffner. Got some problems on the racetrack now, coming off of turn 4. Hornaday was in the middle of that as well. Caution is on the speedway. Could have been a whole lot worse. Could.
Okay, you see Hornaday there. Ruffner gets loose coming off the corner. Hornaday's got absolutely nowhere to go. Everybody did a great job of getting on the brakes. There's a little bit of contact right there, but that's minimal when you spin coming off turn 4 here.
Butch Miller sneaking through with Jimmy Hensley, or correct myself, that's Lance Norrick, who will spin his truck. Rob Rizzo spins as well, and we are under caution. Lance Norrick, and for the second time today, Rob Rizzo, lap 147. Spin in turns 1 and 2. There you see the Rizzo machine. You were talking about Butch Miller coming back to run for points. He is 6th in the points, but selecting a rear end gear. We've heard up and down the pit. Rizzo spun up in the corner.
You can see Lance Norrick was in a lot of trouble. He got into Rizzo as he was trying to go by on the low side, but Lance was in trouble way before he got to the corner there, all the way sideways, going down into turn 1.
Rizzo just didn't have anywhere to go. 100 laps ago.
Is he brave or
and
what?
Jack Sprague and Hornaday get together. Oh, and there goes Butke hard into the wall. Hard into the wall goes Butke. Caution flag is on the speedway. Caution on the speedway at lap 198.
Just remember, we cannot end under caution, so when they do get this wreck cleaned up, we will get a green-white checkered, whenever it may be.
We'll take another look. You just got a view of Butke's truck shooting out of the pack of traffic. Let's see what happened. Bliss is behind
Bliss is
him.
right in the rear of him there. They made a little bit of contact. That shoots Butke head on into the wall. What a hard impact.
He really hit hard. Hopefully everything's okay.
I did see him moving around in there and take the steering wheel off just a second ago, so I think he's okay.
A major league hit into the wall, though. White flag. Joe Rutman going for his 3rd career win in the series. Sprague has the inside. Here comes Hornaday into your picture now. This is for the win.
Look at this truck go down that back straightaway. Jack Sprague is strong, but Rutman fights back to the outside.
Here they come. One more series of turns. Sprague gets to the Rutman. Here comes Hornaday. Hornaday to the inside. Hornaday is going to win. The series point leader takes the checkered flag in New Hampshire. Holy cow. Wow, unbelievable.
Here you have Jimmy Hensley against the inside retaining wall on the front stretch.
Why am I not surprised after 6 hours today? What a finish. What a finish for the series point leader. And remember, Skinner is going to come home.
There's Rutman on the outside. You see the 24 get a little loose. He touches Rutman on the quarter panel there. Watch the evasive action that he takes there. Hornaday drives down on the flat part of the racetrack and accelerates off turn 4.
There is Hornaday heading down the pit lane. Doug Williams, watch this all unfold, Matt.
Doug Williams, they don't get any wilder than this one.